land in a lovely community for about the same cost as rent. We've got a short presentation for you that will cover some of the details about our proposal, and with that, I'd be happy to take questions. We've got food and drink available from Tell Your Friends Cafe. Please help yourself. So, why is this important to me? In 1997, when I was 29 years old, my now wife Mary, sitting right there, and I, after years of renting, wanted to buy a house on Bowen. I was a helper on a construction site. Mary was a waitress at a couple of restaurants and a part-time fitness trainer. The housing market was different then. The house we decided on cost $192,000. That was among the cheapest homes on Bowen available at the time. And with our modest incomes and very limited savings, it was really challenging to make that purchase work. We borrowed money from Mary's parents, and we borrowed money from my parents. My mortgage broker cousin, Paula, bent over backwards and got us a mortgage. And then we needed a second mortgage as well, and she bent further over backwards and got us that too. And finally, we were homeowners. So fast forward to today, and that very same, very modest house is assessed at about 1.1, and it might sell for 1.2. That's a 575% increase. Wages for helpers on job sites have about doubled in that time. So that means housing prices have outpaced wages by 475%. I'd love to say it was easy then and it's hard now, but that's not really true. It was hard then, and for those very same people today, it would be impossible. I don't want to in any way underestimate the real advantages that Mary and I had. We were a two-income household. We came from middle-class families that were able and willing to help us. And still, it was really hard. I often think about how the landscape is different today than it was then. When I was in my 20s, I used to feel like homeownership was just tantalizingly out of my reach. And when our son, Jeremy, was in his 20s, I'd often quiz his friends about their hopes and dreams of homeownership on Bowen. And none of them seemed to feel like homeownership was within their reach. Instead, they felt like it was more of a fantasy than a dream. And many of them thought living elsewhere was the only answer. And not elsewhere like North Van or New Westminster, but elsewhere like Northern BC or Nova Scotia. And this really perplexed me. I had always lived sort of right where I wanted to. And it felt wrong that young adults would have to move far away to enjoy something that for many used to be a rite of passage to adulthood, the move from renter to homeowner. There are lots of ideas on how to make housing more affordable. I'm not sure I know of any really bad ones. Some involve government agencies or government financing. Some are attached to market housing developments. Belterra here is a creative step towards affordability. I don't know what the best idea is to fix this problem, but I'm sure to make a substantial difference. Ideas like the one we're here talking about today, and many, many others, must be approved. Our kids are counting on us, and the fabric of our community depends on it. I'm going to proceed with the understanding that everyone here believes housing on Bowen Island is expensive. Construction's expensive and land is expensive. So what can we do about that? Our plan is to address both of those things. To reduce construction costs, we're going to employ factory-built modular homes. These are efficiently built quality homes that meet or exceed all of the BC Building Code standards and arrive on site inspected and approved, flooring and countertops done, appliances installed. They're well made and beautiful. And to reduce construction costs, to reduce land cost, we will rent the home sites instead of selling them. This reduces carrying costs of the land by about 1/2. So by doing just those two things, we can collapse the cost of home ownership. Our plan is that our customers will own their modular homes and they'll rent space from us to reside at Westside Village. Upon completion, when we get there, our customers will be able to choose from multiple modular homes on display and available for sale. Or if they prefer, they can order a more custom one to their needs and wait 3 or 4 months for delivery. They'll be required to sign a home site lease. The terms of these leases will be tailored to suit the individuals. And that's about it. Then they need to move in. When built out, we're expecting 34 modular homes, ranging from small 1-bedrooms to small 3-bedrooms. They'll be carefully woven in and around the trees and back a respectful distance from the stream and the pond. We anticipate amenities such as a clubhouse, a multi-use space for meetings, dinners, yoga classes, or to watch the hockey game. Not entirely unlike the room we're in today. Community garden spaces for herbs, vegetables, and flowers. It's a great way to make roots in the community. An off-leash dog area, because personally I feel like pets are important for young families. I think they're important for old families too. There'll be an on-site manager for maintenance and repairs and to be a daily contact for questions and answers. And there'll be access to the trails and the general beauty of the property, including a proposed public trail from Westside Road to Adams Road, which will provide access to the bus route, as well as the dog ranch, Alderwood, the Ruddy Kitchen, and Sunset Gardens. Westside Village will be located on a sunny 10-acre property on the west side of Bowen Island. Many will know this property as Evergreen Acres, which was a horse farm established by Hamish and Christine Miller starting in about 1989. It's a really lovely property, surprisingly flat for Bowen Island. It's a usable 10 acres of gentle slopes and many flat open spaces. It's got a lovely protected pond and a stream that runs year-round. It's a combination of open spaces and a light forest of mature evergreens. So, water's a really big deal. It's a big deal for everybody, and it's something we're taking very seriously. We've retained a qualified and locally knowledgeable hydrogeologist. We've completed a desktop survey, and we're currently undertaking a groundwater study on the property. Ultimately, we will likely drill a well and utilize significant storage capacity. The water system will be subject to stringent provincial guidelines and testing, all under the mandate of the Vancouver Coastal Health Authority. The bottom line is, if there isn't enough water, the development will not go ahead. Preliminary analysis indicate that we should be able to find plentiful well water. In addition to this, we intend to offset that demand with a rainwater catchment system, as well as using the best and most reasonable water-saving appliances. Wastewater is another big concern, and again, we're employing qualified professionals with local expertise to design, oversee construction, and certify the effectiveness of the wastewater treatment system. As with drinking water, this is also regulated by Vancouver Coastal Health. They regulate all new wastewater systems on Bowen Island. So this 10 acres on Westside Road is really a special place. It's open and sunny, has forests and majestic evergreens, a beautiful pond and a stream. All of these features require and will receive protection. We've already completed an environmental assessment, and we're working with a qualified environmental professional and a registered professional biologist to make sure that nothing we do on the property causes any harm to the land or to the creatures that live there. We've surveyed and cataloged all of the significant trees, and our plan is to work around them and remove none. The pond and stream will be protected with generous setbacks with no construction nearby. We intend to preserve the natural beauty that makes this property special so it can be enjoyed indefinitely. Great, so what's all this going to cost? Let's compare the cost of living in a 2-bedroom home at Westside Village with renting a 2-bedroom apartment or buying an entry-level small home on Bowen Island. At Westside Village, a modular 2-bedroom home can be purchased for about $200,000. Regular bank mortgage financing is available. With 5% down, or $10,000, you're looking at about $1,100 a month. In addition to that, you're responsible for the home site lease, which is $1,000 a month, making your total cost of home ownership at Westside Village $2,100. Average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment on Bowen Island is about $2,300. And an entry-level traditional home on Bowen Island starts at about $1 million. A 5% down payment on that is $50,000, with monthly payments of about $5,500. If you tack on taxes and maintenance, it's more like $6,000. So in summary, you can own a home and live at Westside Village for about $2,100 a month. You can rent an average apartment for about $2,300 a month, or you can buy an entry-level house for about $6,000 a month. While home ownership at Westside Village doesn't include land ownership, it offers affordability and long-term stability, as well as the opportunity to build equity. Additionally, Westside Village home ownership is within the reach of tradespeople and service workers, youngsters upsizing, and seniors downsizing, and everyone in between. So I've been talking about this plan for some time, and word is out. And I've heard rumblings from some that this is a for-profit business, and there's a concern that I stand to make $34,000 a month off the backs of those in need of affordable housing. So let's talk about that. It's true, we're proposing 34 units and expecting a home site rental of $1,000 a month. So indeed, our best case projections are an income of $34,000 a month. But there are significant expenses that come out of that. Loan payments, water and wastewater system maintenance and repairs, solid waste collection, landscaping and snow removal, on-site management and labor costs, repairs and maintenance, electricity, insurance, taxes. We estimated those costs to be $27,000 or $28,000 a month, leaving $6,000 or $7,000 a month of profit, which is a long way from $34,000. So then the point of profit in exchange for affordability. On Bowen, our municipal councillors hold the levers of power when it comes to land use. They and they alone are tasked with approving or declining all rezoning applications. We're lucky on Bowen. I think just about everyone would agree that our mayor and councillors are all community-minded people doing only what they think is best for the community. In my view, a municipality that needs affordable housing can make it happen at no cost. They simply need to enable zoning that allows developers to make a profit doing the work the community needs. This doesn't cost the municipality a cent. In this case, it's work on private land with private money risk. A sound, profitable business doesn't require government money and can subsequently expect to carry on indefinitely, regardless of shifts in politics or priorities. Westside Village is poised to deliver a unique, affordable housing solution for Bowen Island. We sure hope we get the opportunity to do this. I imagine our community might include people who are young and old, working and retired, married and single. The most important thing we want to build here is community. I have this hope that someday maybe a single mom can wander out the door and ask the nice older couple next door to watch her young son while she has an important Zoom meeting for work. And in doing this, she might make that older couple's lives just a little bit better. And it will make her life just a little bit better. And almost by accident, it'll also make her son's life just a little bit better. That's community.